we doing this? All right, let me get a beer. What an asshole.
That's fine. So my part of the intro, I did not have anything. So if anybody wants to fill in, I'm gonna say I'm saying I'm Teddy, and I didn't have anything for myself. So I'm doing the intro a little bit different this time. Which I'll explain in the intro, but I'm trying to do compliments instead of like cutting each other down.
Ooh, the beer trip is a lot shorter for Ashtray now.
Yep. I hung up a piece of art for you, Mystic. It's the only piece of art I've hung up yet in the entire place.
Good piece of art.
I love it.
Yeah, that's that fucking that one that never happened.
Yeah, because there was a shooting.
Drive-by right the night before.
Yeah, that was kind of lame.
Oh, it was a fucking shitty thing to wake up to. What? Cancel? Drive-by? The fuck?
Right.
Cancel? I was kind of like people better have died if they canceled our shit.
What the fuck, really?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody died? Then fucking bring on the rock. I can't remember.
Did someone even get tagged or not?
I don't think so.
Or it's just like
they canceled it.
Yeah. Well, this is
venue.
This is when we were still innocent in our cities of America.
That's true. Madison, Wisconsin still was
before Mandela Barnes showed up.
Before Mandela Barnes came and didn't pay any tax.
Mandela Barnes is out here shooting 12-year-olds left and right in Milwaukee. Fucking killing grandmas and shit. And you guys are worried about fucking a drive-by.
But vote for him because he's still better than Ron John.
Obviously.
Anyway, that's awesome. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about cruises. We try to stop Ashtray from interrupting us with stories and other dumb shit.
We
have fun telling you what we find sexy. I'm going to do the intro a little different tonight because we generally just shit on each other during the intro. It's pretty funny, but I'm going to try to compliment my my friends and co-guys. With us tonight is Ashtray. Ashtray's a busy guy. No matter how busy he is, he always finds time to annoy us in our fucking group chat. I'm convinced this nigga ain't got a job. That's how much he annoys us. But there's nobody else I'd rather do coke with. Okay.
Really? Nobody?
Nobody. Ashtray's pretty fun to do coke with.
Oh. Yeah. I can keep my cool. And
Jim Carrey would be pretty funny to do coke with.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. He might go into like method actor mode or something.
Oh yeah, he would turn into the fucking Mask.
Yep. And next up, then there's Oracle. Oracle's sisters are hot.
They're dead.
They're very hot. They're very nice, lovely girls. He's kind of an asshole for not telling us about them, but he's still cool.
You don't have to worry about them. They died. Tragic story.
They're like a ton younger than him too. That's gross, Teddy.
How much younger are they?
I don't know. I'm just.
They're dead. Doesn't matter.
They're dead.
Dead to you guys.
My sisters don't have sex.
Okay, then there's Mystic. Mystic is here bringing the ruckus. I mean, he really does bring the ruckus by telling us the news in real time about the great Milwaukee area.
Yeah.
But nothing beats seeing him rise out of a Chevy Cavalier like a goddamn phoenix from the flames.
Mm-hmm. RoboCop boot first.
And last but least, I'm Teddy. I couldn't think of anything to say for myself. Does anybody want to hop in here? I'll take that.
Oh, you know what, Teddy? Well, I don't. You know what, Teddy? You should take a lot of trips to Disney World.
And that backfired.
You've gone to Disney World more than any of my friends.
Awesome, go. And now we have our moment of inhalants. Thank you for that, Ashtray. I appreciate that. Love
Weekly
you too,
benefit event for the Dane County Humane Society.
Pause for the cause.
This week it is for spoons.
Spoons.
Yes, a cat, Siamese cat with spoons for legs. Don't ask me why.
Awesome, cool.
I hope they at least bent the spoons a bit to be a little
Actually, they rescued it from heroin addict family. They used its spoons to fucking cook up drugs.
Cook up the heroin. Come here, kitty.
Right? That's just like the spoons are burnt.
There's actually a dog that came into the Humane Society. We did a story about it. These kids at a high school are making it a prosthetic leg because it had like a missing paw.
Oh wow!
The fucking The Humane Society named him Forrest Stump.
Forrest
I thought
Gump.
that was pretty funny.
All right.
One of those feel
This
good
week,
stories, like, oh.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Shut the fuck up. We're talking about we were talking about cruises tonight. We were off last week because Teddy went on vacation, went on a cruise. Man, I was kind of curious about like how did this shit get started? Who decided to start carting white folk around the ocean?
Yeah. Jesus.
I bet
definitely.
you it was. I bet you before you even say anything, I bet you it was the British.
It was everybody pretty much. Because in the 1800s, it got started. There was no other really way of travel. So they all started out. You had companies like P&O, Cunard, and was Hamburg American. They started out
The Irish.
transporting mail and shit, shipping as shipping companies pretty much. As they're shipping this is gonna come out wrong, but as they're shipping mail and other things, they started shipping people because there's big migrations. People.
What you're
yeah.
saying is first it was
People, huh?
shipping.
They started shipping people. Look, as a black guy, I can say it. Fuck y'all.
I thought
So-
black people didn't take cruises
oh, we do.
because they ain't falling for that shit again.
Oh,
Right?
we do. We do, and they have a drink package, bro. Yo.
we do. We got the free drink package.
Just like white people.
Shit.
So that's really how it got started. And in between in the late late 19th century, like I said, people started migrating. The one company, P&O, I'm sorry, Cunard, they took from 1860 to 1900, took about 2.2 million immigrants to the New World.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's not really a cruise. Like, when
No.
did that become-
Okay,
That's
calm down. Can I finish my
transportation.
shit? Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, we're
right.
talking about cruises, not
We
fucking
are talking about
transporting
cruises.
people across the Atlantic.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right now. Fuck you.
He's leading up to it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm leading up to it. Jesus
All right.
Christ.
You
Well-
couldn't have a cruise ship if you didn't have a ship first.
Right. Okay, getting up to Mystic thing
people.
because they couldn't wait the fucking 2 minutes for me to fucking say that first little part. in 19,
Hurry up.
Hamburg American line. I put this in the fucking in the outline. Because I'm gonna try to pronounce their whole fucking name. They actually pioneered the first. They built the first ship that was really made for a pleasure cruise.
Ooh,
So this company is
this was the
called.
first with the water slide.
Sorry,
This
what year was this?
This is in 1900.
Oh, okay.
The ship made its maiden voyage in 1901. The name of the ship, the name of this company is Hapag, Hamburg Amerikanized Packet Far Acton Gesellschaft.
Holy fuck. That's
Holy
a name.
fuckballs.
Yeah, you did a great job. I hope I know any better.
The name of the ship was the Prinzessin Victoria Luise. It was named after the emperor, the Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany's daughter.
The fucking Kaiser's daughter.
Kaiser's daughter.
She was a
Oh,
real
you-
tramp.
I'm sure
Yeah,
they
it was,
looked nice back in the day, but there's no way in hell I'd get on that thing to go across the fucking
Right.
Atlantic.
It had 120 cabins, all first class. It was they were looking for luxury people. The ship was 52.2 feet wide, and it was 407 feet long. Had a max speed of 18 knots,
Got you a 407 footer there, huh?
15 knots. Which is about 28 kilometers an hour. The Kaiser actually he came to check out the ship when it was finished and everything else, and he was actually upset because it was slightly larger than his royal yacht.
He was always.
And this ship was made for 150 people. It had its maiden voyage in January 1901. It went from Hamburg, stopped at Bologna, which is a place in France, in northern France. Then it went to Plymouth, which is southwest England, and then it went to New York. And it got there on, I believe, the 12th. Let me make sure it's right. Sorry, 17th of January. So it took a 12-day voyage, and stopped at 2 places. But the ship didn't last very long. It only after 5 years after making ship's debut, the fucking captain, what's his retard's name? Sorry, Captain Brunswick. Sorry, he was there. It was December 16th. He's trying to go to. He decided to port in Kingston, Jamaica, but then he changed his mind and said, you know what, I'm going to go to Port Royal. He missed the lighthouse at Plymouth. He thought the lighthouse at Plum Point was the lighthouse at Port Royal. So I'm guessing this motherfucker got lost.
He was
Um,
just
Yeah.
high.
He was going about 6 miles an hour. And at 21:30, the military time, which is 9:30, he ended up running aground in Jamaica.
Oops.
He put it in reverse, couldn't get it out.
I ran aground in Jamaica. Had to stay there for a couple of days.
He did that, stayed there for a couple of days. He couldn't get it out, get the shit back out, couldn't back it out. So they ended up they rescued all the passengers. Nobody was fucking really injured and stuff. So they rescued everybody the next morning, except the captain. He retreated to his cabin, where he shot himself in the head and committed suicide.
Damn! Holy fuck!
Nice.
Jesus
But,
Christ,
they-
really?
Yeah. But a German admiralty court is still found him negligent and made the following year.
Yeah, of course they did.
Fuck him. He's dead.
Fuck,
He's like,
he's
"Yes,
dead.
fuck him." He's doubly
I'm
fucking
gonna blame him anyway. So
and then so this is where it really starts. You get all these other cup competitors, P&O, Cunard, and then you get White Star Line. Does that ring familiar to you?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard
Wait,
that
who-
name.
Yep.
White Star Line. That's the company that owned the Titanic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So yeah, and everybody remembers in 2012.
I was like, is it on dinnerware? No, because it was in that movie on the dinnerware.
I didn't know that that accident occurred 4 days after he left the fucking port. So it was fucking
Titanic?
Titanic crash. Yeah, it was like 4 days after it left.
What'd
I
you
didn't know it
think
was that. I didn't know it was that
like,
soon in the. Well, I thought it was. I mean, yeah, I thought it was like
were they
later in
on
the trip.
How long were they on? 12 days. Was it 12 days?
I don't know how long the trip was, but like it was just
Oh.
they were going
Trip
from they were
was
going
to
from England.
America, was
It
it
was
not?
from England to America. I mean, they were fucking.
Oh,
It was gonna be a haul, yeah.
problem. I was like,
They had
Yeah,
a
so that's why
fire like early on too, didn't they?
What's
I
that?
don't
I
know
thought they
about
had
that,
a
but
fire
With the Titanic?
like in the boiler or some shit that they were.
What kind of? You obviously did not watch James Cameron's historically accurate documentary.
Yeah.
about the Titanic
Super
thing.
They were-
historically accurate, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, it's a story.
If there was a fire, it would have been
bitches
nothing but the flames between Leonardo DiCaprio and fucking what's her face.
Well, yeah,
That's you retarded. Moving on.
Kate
Okay,
Winslet.
moving on.
Kate Winslet.
Moving on.
Sorry, Kate.
Then cruising was picking up. People were taking these trips back and forth. They're immigrating. In World War I and II, really kind of slowed it down. A lot of these ships were actually they were confiscated and put in the service for the militaries of those countries.
Oh, right.
I bet tickets
Yeah,
were really
They took
cheap.
the water
back
slides out.
then.
Right?
Fill it
Yeah.
full of torpedo tubes.
Yeah, you might.
Well, the
you
tickets
know, a
actually were-
U-boat might take this
Well, after
down. but-
fucking after World War II, England, like life in England had become so fucking, I guess, fucked up that between 1945 and 1965, around 2 million people from the UK immigrated to fucking Australia. And it was the company Cunard who Cunard, whatever. They're the ones who they handed out £10 tickets to these people so they could leave England and go to.
Damn.
Yeah. Cruising, Mystic wants to get around too, where fucking fat people walking around eating and drinking all they want.
Our modern day
That really came
Inception.
around. Yeah, in the 1950s. That's what it was. Cunard. They held in 1950.
Oh,
Cunard held an
Lord.
all-star American cruise with special guests Noel Coward, Judy Garden, Frank Sinatra, Elizabeth Taylor, Walt Disney,
Mm.
Wow.
Hayworth on board to entertain. Yeah.
And where was this cruise? Down in Florida area?
I have no idea where it was from. I'm not looking at destinations. I'm just
It's
looking
in
at
the goddamn ocean, Craig.
goddamn ocean.
Asher.
You see the big cruise lines really come out in the 70s and 80s. Like 1968 when Royal Caribbean came out. Carnival came out in 1972. I had no idea Celebrity Cruises came out in 1989. I didn't even know Celebrity Cruises were still around. Those motherfuckers are. They're fucking still around.
Somebody was telling me that they're actually the cheapest one
Oh, really?
because it's like mostly old people, but they still have the same amount of alcohol. That's the way he put it. He's like, I don't give a shit who's on board with me. They have the same amount of alcohol and it's
Yeah.
cheaper. And I was like, all right, makes sense to me.
Oh, where's it? Oh, I missed my fucking page. No. Oh, here it is. Never mind. I'm sorry. My bad. I fucking. So we're gonna talk about the new shit now. The new hotness.
The new
All this shit is this shit's run by the
Right.
Cruise Line International Association.
contemporary cruising.
They're a trade association that runs that they really vouch for all the cruise lines. They recognize 62 cruise lines, and I think like 12, 62 ocean especially cruise lines, and like 12 like river cruise lines. Like everybody is a member of them. I mean, it's you got Royal Caribbean, Virgin. All of the main ones are part of this whole little organization. They make up this whole organization makes up 95% of global cruise capacity.
Damn, is this this fucking map with all these?
No, okay, that's okay. Are you on cruise? Are you looking at cruise
Ship
mapper?
tracker? Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
cruise
seen
mapper.
a lot of advertisements.
I found this tonight.
Cruises
I
in
didn't.
Ireland
When I was
and
looking up
shit.
different stats for the ships. This you can actually go to tracker. You can track ocean liners. You can track all kinds of stuff on this. It's pretty cool. Cruise ships nowadays have gotten ridiculously big. The biggest cruise ships in the world are now about like 1,200 feet long, and they are. Oh, here we go. Here, let's go here.
1,200 feet long.
1, 2, 3,
That means nothing
5
to me.
First 5 biggest ships in the world are still in service, are owned by Royal Caribbean. One's 1,200 feet. Yeah, they're all about 1,200 feet.
So Royal Caribbean is the big dog right now,
It is the big dog, yes. But
volume-wise.
these capacities, I didn't know they were this fucking big. Wonder of the Seas, the biggest ship at 1,187 feet. Is the maximum capacity for passengers 6,988.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that's 120 feet short of a quarter mile long.
Yeah, I know. Yes, it's just
like we could drag race
down the side of the ship
on a ship's deck. You know what I mean? Like, holy fuck, dude, that's insane.
And they're building a bigger one actually called. If you go to the, I'm sorry, I kind of sneeze. If you go down the picture of the cruise ship right there.
Which cruise ship?
Yeah, it's in the it's what do you call it? It's in the outline. There's a picture of cruise ship. This one is supposed to be able to carry 7,500 passengers.
Oh, this huge ass.
Yeah. It's supposed most of them have water slides on top of them now. This one is supposed to have a water park on top of it.
Damn.
I mean, the ship I was on, it had.
It looks like fucking.
It's a floating resort. They had. We had an ice rink. We had a water park. These things are getting huge. Let's see here. Cruise
got
ship.
this like nightlife Tokyo like neon look to it. It's like a whole party all night. Artist rendition. Trying to find like picture of an aircraft carrier versus
I was just looking at that. My dad was on the USS Nassau, which is a decommissioned Tarawa class, aircraft carrier. Its capacity was 3,000. That's fucking nuts, man.
Right?
They're bigger. Fuck. I mean, of course, this motherfucker had 6 Harriers, 4 Super Cobra attack copters, 12 CH-46 Sea Knight helicopters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
they had quite a bit other shit.
Teddy, did you mention the Allure of the Seas? Anyways, that's a passenger ship. That one is like at the same. Actually, it's a little longer. It's like 20 meters longer than the USS Enterprise aircraft.
Yeah, the Allure of the Seas. It's 1,880 feet.
Motherfucker.
It has a maximum passenger capacity of 6,780 people. The gross tonnage of that ship is 225,000 tons. I wanted to look into how I started to look into how they keep these new ones, especially because all this shit on top of how they keep them stable. Like that.
How far does this thing go under the water?
It goes pretty far.
Most of the ship under the water?
Under the water, yeah, and that's how they keep it stable with a lot of other stuff because with the engines and things being on the bottom, it helps create a better center of gravity and everything else. Yeah. And then they have the little stabilizer fans, and It's so the website I went to look this up was called Quantum, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bring this up.
I don't trust nothing named Quantum.
I don't trust.
I've heard of those
my ass to
mechanics.
say this right.
Don't know if it's there. Don't know if it is.
But I tried to actually we docked at one of the ports. It was Wonder of the Seas, my ship, Independence of the Seas, Wonder of the Seas, which is the biggest one, and Allure of the Seas, like all next to each other. And we went with one carnival ship, and the carnival ship was dwarfed to all these things. And I didn't get a better shot of how huge the fucking Wonder of the Seas was to the other ones. It was fucking crazy.
The Allure of the Seas was.
No, the Wonder of the Seas.
Oh, Wonder of the Seas.
All this of the sea shit. If I had a ship, I'd name it like him.
Damn.
We're going cruising on
We're gonna
Tim.
board Tim today.
We're going to board Tim today. All right. I was gonna look up some. I can't find my thing about the goddamn. I found that one, but that's the only one I found. Fucking shit.
The hell's that crane thing with the ball at the end of it?
That's like a sky ball. You get in, you go up to the
Crane.
top, it picks you up, and you can look in your around. It holds you up, you look around, take pictures and shit, and then you.
Oh, you
That's a
actually get to
wrecking
ride in
ball
that
to
thing?
fuck other ships up. So if you see them down in fucking the Bahamas,
I mean, they had a skydive simulator.
there's a
Like,
carnival
these things are
ship,
fucking
get 'em.
crazy. So I was looking up some of the crashes here, or just things that went bad in cruise ship history.
Yes. Get the dirt.
The dirty is I can't find my fucking page, but I do have this one. The Alexander Sorov, a river cruise. Here. Sorry. The Alexander Sorov sailed from Russia to Moscow. There are 330 passengers, 30 crew, and 35 service personnel on board. They were
Say
going about.
Russia to Moscow.
I'm sorry, Rostov to Moscow
Oh, okay.
in Russian. Captain Vladimir Klilimov was resting in his cabin. The ship was sailing at 25 kilometers an hour, about 16 miles an hour, which was the maximum speed. They were coming to a bridge, and they were supposed to pass under the second span of the bridge, but nobody's paying attention, and they were headed for the sixth span of the bridge, which they couldn't fit under. The shore people tried to launch flares and everything else, and let them know, hey,
Like, hey, you're too tall.
don't do it.
Stop,
But
bitch.
nobody was paying attention. It went under the bridge, which was actually a train track. It had a train going on it at the time.
No.
Oh, shit.
It scraped the top. There was an auction going on actually at the top, and it scraped that.
On the train track, they were having an auction?
No, on the top of the boat. There was an auction house and everything else. They were doing an auction on it. So it hit the bridge.
Fucking multitasking, man.
It got scraped. It fucked with the train, which caused some of the train cars to fall on top of the fucking on the thing.
Wow.
On the deck.
It continued going for 1,000 meters after the bridge. Like it went under, it kept going and shit. And yeah, they didn't get rescue boats to it until about 40 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
How about those people on the fucking train? Shit.
It was 173 people. 176 people out of 300 on board died.
Damn.
Yeah. There was some cruise ship things I had about big ass shit. Let me look this up again. I'm sorry.
Imagine being on a cruise ship during COVID. Remember when that fucking happened?
Yep. That was.
Oh yeah.
They were stuck out there for like a month or some shit.
Right?
Yeah, they basically wouldn't let them dock, and Trump was just like, just leave them out there.
Yeah.
You know, because in Trump's mind, it's like it's a floating
Oh,
city.
shit.
Keep feeding them.
Panthers are trading Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers.
Oh really?
God damn.
Oh, here it is. Boom. No, but what about cruise ship mapper? Anyway, that's all I got on cruises.
That's all I got in cruise. Don't know nothing more. Well, tell us how it works, right?
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah.
you said it's one.
Have y'all never been on a
Never
cruise?
been on a
No,
cruise.
none of us have ever been on a cruise. That's why we were talking about like, I would love to do it just once because I've heard terrible stories about it. But I would, if I did it with you, Teddy, you could be my guide on how to best cruise.
I would be
Just
a
enjoy it.
cruise Sherpa, yes.
How many
Yes.
times have you done this now?
5 or 6.
Half dozen? Yeah.
5 or 6. I've done Royal Caribbean, I've done Disney, and I've done Carnival. I would never do Disney again, and after doing Royal Caribbean, I'm never doing Carnival again. So
Why wouldn't you do Disney?
Disney is it's all kid oriented. After like 10 o'clock, there's really nothing to really do. And also on the Disney cruise, they all
No
the ships
bar,
have a
Disney cruise.
daycare for your kids, and if you put your kids in daycare on the cruise, you're a fucking asshole. Instead of hanging out with your kids.
So on
Especially if
these,
it's a Disney.
yeah, on these
so the
adult
Disney cruise-
cruises, like, does it get kind of crazy or what?
The Carnival cruises, the adult cruises get fucking crazy. Yes, they do. But the Disney cruise, they have one of the daycares for like the 11, 12, 13-year-olds was it was a replica of the Millennium Falcon. So they had hallways and everything else. You could run into it. They had an R2D2 robot in there. You could go
And
to
the
Millennium
daycare was like, here,
play-
hang out in the Millennium
Yeah,
Falcon.
But
as a
like
teenager.
so you got all these fucking dads on here who are fucking nerds, and we're not allowed to go in there.
Starting fire.
I'm like, kids don't appreciate this shit. This is what my cabin should look like, motherfuckers. So nobody here's ever been on a cruise?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No,
God damn it, man.
I want to next year.
We're going next year. We're doing a red eye cruise next year. We're gonna do it.
All right.
I'll get it.
I think the red eye cruise should be we just rent a pontoon boat, drive to Cuba,
Do it like fucking.
see if we can
Trailer
make
Park
it.
Boys.
Oh,
We'll document it.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not
Okay,
doing
but-
that.
I'm not doing it. You gonna have a drink package, bro?
Yeah, we'll bring just a bunch. I'll bring a bunch of liquor.
I drink a lot, man.
Yeah, so you you basically have to pay for the ticket,
You pay for your
You-
room.
roll in your room, and then like if you want all you can eat included in the room price.
Yeah.
Let's see, Carnival and Royal Caribbean, I believe they have their room service is included. There is like a gratuity added onto it, like I think it's like $8 service charge every time you order room service, but the menu is pretty much free for some stuff.
Oh, well, that isn't bad.
So basically,
Their
Their
main dining.
buffets are free. The general
buffet, yeah.
buffet is free.
General
yes.
buffets
Our
are free,
general
yes.
dining room is.
Didn't you
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
Didn't you say that the
Like, there's
buffet
other
was
places you
gross
could pay
though,
for.
Teddy? Like,
No,
oh, I thought you said something like it was just gross. Like the shit was out there for a long time. People were puking
Or was-
on it or something.
I'm sure he's been on 6 cruises, so I'm sure
No.
he's been
Okay,
on-
maybe this is just in my mind.
just as you did in your mind. No.
Honestly,
I've never,
every review I've seen of Royal Caribbean has been good. I don't think
It's
I've
been-
seen
yeah,
a
it's been fantastic,
negative
yeah.
Royal Caribbean review. I've seen negative fucking Carnival ones.
Oh yeah. I mean, Carnival has had it. Carnival's there was a 60-person brawl or 30-person brawl, whatever, a while back. Did y'all see that?
Oh, I remember
was,
that.
like, over-
Yeah.
It was over like a threesome or some shit. It was
Yeah.
the dumbest. Yeah, it was the dumbest fucking thing. But now apparently Carnival didn't have so many problems with this fight on board. They have instituted a $500 fine for fighting on their boats.
That's
What?
not bad.
Yeah.
Compared to going to jail.
Well, but you also they
Okay.
can put you off. Like if you fight, they will
kick you
they will
off.
put you in a little brig and then put you
in
off the boat the next morning, and then you have to fly your own way home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that
I mean, these ships do have. I mean, they are floating resorts. They have jails. They have all this other stuff.
I'm
so-
sure they have to have jails because, especially
Oh,
if
yeah.
you get
All you
all
can
you can
drink.
drink, and then
Oh.
people get real trashy.
The real question, Teddy:
Yes.
how much weed can you take and
I'm
still
just-
not get caught?
And I get caught.
I've taken as much weed as I always take with me when I travel. For
Which
this
is a
trip, I
lot.
didn't take any. For this trip, I didn't take any weed. I took me and my wife had our cartridges, and then I took about 1,200 milligrams of edibles.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that'll be fine. That's weird.
I
Yeah, I
didn't.
guess, yeah.
On the Disney trip, I took a 12-pack of cookies, some gummies, and I had like 2 or 3 joints. And on Carnival, I've always had just joints and shit. I've smoked with the crew people at Carnival. Like that's how
So
lax
do
it is.
they check shit? Do they go through shit on Royal
It's just
Caribbean?
like airport security.
Just like an X-ray.
I mean, yeah, they don't want you to bring certain things like power surges. There are things they don't want you to bring. So
Power
if that's in your
surges.
suitcase, yeah, they don't want any. They don't want anything that could cause heat or spark. They don't want you to have a hair dryer, iron.
Oh,
things
like
like
a
that. Well, you
space
can have a
heater?
drive, but like iron and stuff, yeah, space heater, things like that. They don't want anything that can cause a fire.
Space
Because,
heater.
Right.
Grandma's bones are
and you're allowed to bring like Coke, like a certain drinks stuff. You can bring out some wine, but some people try to like sneak other things in there. I've never had a problem with my weed, so I mean,
So, like,
Is it because you just
you just have it in the
edibles?
yeah, you just have it out in the open, like you just
Well,
have
You
it
just
edible.
put it in as like like a snack bag full of.
I usually put my edibles in a what do you call it? The yellow candy, the Sour Patch candy bag. I usually get a big bag of that and just pour all my edibles in that, and it gets through airport security, gets through everything. I've had it in my backpack before.
Do they
Again,
have
it's
like
like
a
a regular bag of Sour Patch.
VIP fucking area with like, they're really living it up on the
Yeah, there is
fucking
a I believe there's a VIP area on.
Yeah, I think if you have a suite, there's like a
There's a-
VIP
yeah,
boarding
there's-
area.
Yeah, there's a
Remember
VIP
the
only.
real Cougars
VIP
prowl?
only. They do have specialty restaurants that you can pay extra for to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go next year, fellas. We should get a travel agent and get the shit set up, bro.
hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I've never used a travel agent either. Like,
And you don't
is
have
it
to pay
just
for
like
anything.
they do all the setup of like
Pretty much,
fucking
yeah. You telling me what you want,
coordinating
or
plane
we can do it
tickets and
ourselves,
shit?
or if you want to. But I mean, it's a
No, I've heard some people say like travel agent helps, especially if you're coordinating it.
a
Because
bunch
you
of
have to
people,
get plane tickets
you got to
to
get plane
get to
tickets. You got to get
to the right place at the right time, to we all can converge, and then get on this.
We all
fucking
converge when we get on the ship. If you don't get there in time, you get left. Which is funny. If you ever, I've seen it happen 3 times where people get left at the dock as you're embarking and waving away.
As the
Oh,
actual boat
damn.
As the ship's
Yeah.
leaving, people like running up to their luggage and shit.
Ah,
It's so fucking
Stop.
funny. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, it's just like at the end of Terrifier.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, just be on time. It's not
Yeah.
that fucking hard. Red Eye Report cruise next year is coming.
So now you got full internet connection while you're out there too?
You do have to pay for it, yes.
But it's just a certain amount of
It's
day.
about 20, but it's usually about $20 a day.
Nice. You're already spending that kind of money. It's like $20 a day. What the fuck?
But I mean, you put your phone on airplane
Put it
mode,
on
you get on the internet, and then you put your phone on Wi-Fi calling, and you can use it. That's how I was messaging with you all. I got you guys and stuff. Just it's just like your phone never stopped. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the What's Sexy Party show. We're gonna start this off with Oracle Art Bell Tape Vault.
Sounds like some weird old antiquated porno.
close. So the Art Bell Tape Vault is, have you guys ever heard of Coast to Coast AM? Kind of like this
Oh, Art Bell, yeah.
classic
I have not known.
paranormal AM.
So it was kind of a like UFO conspiracy
Yeah, that
theory
was like the
stuff.
first conspiracy radio.
Way before
show, kind of.
InfoWars.
Yeah,
way before anything
and it's
else.
not definitely not InfoWars type.
Yeah, he never pushed anything
Yeah.
really. It was just like crazy stories.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
remember that one. That's where that one that the Faceless did. They did a song
Yeah.
where it's that guy, that actual audio of the guy. He's like, I work at Area 51 and
Yep.
they're after me.
Yep. Faceless did something. Tool did something as well. Clips from this. And Art Bell, he was the original host of Coast to Coast. So throughout the
And
90s.
when did it start?
Maybe early 90s, up until like mid 2000s. And they have kind of the Art Bell classic tape where it's just recorded audio of this. And the great thing about Art Bell is he would have these where people would call in. So this is in the middle of the morning, a lot of truck drivers and stuff like that calling in. And this guy is just a master fucking entertainer. He's like he's open to crazy shit, but also he fucking fucks with people a little bit. Like I was
Right.
listening to this one where this guy calls in and he's like, yeah, I think the fucking UN is like the 7 heads of the dragon, Illuminati or whatever. And then
1988.
1988, Art Bell flips on fucking like some kind of a filter and starts talking to this guy. He's like, "Oh, I wish you'd stop talking talking about the fucking seven, and the dude is clearly fucking freaked out by this. And he, like, people will say like, "Oh yeah, I had this ghost experience." He's like, "Well, maybe that was the devil. Maybe you need to start thinking about your life decisions and shit like that." It's fucking amazing. It's amazing.
Wow.
And the show's still on. George Norrie still hosts the show. But Art Bell, I mean, classic entertainer, classic.
How long did Art Bell host it, Bill?
Probably for like 25 years, I'm thinking. Yeah, so these podcasts, it's kind of like the best of, and it's fantastic. I've just been listening to it, in the background. Some of the shit is just so ridiculous. The best stuff is when people call in and they have these outlandish stories and just kind of the back and forth. Because he would not screen the calls for quite a few years of
Oh, really?
him doing it. So he would just take it. But this guy, I mean, he's that good. Like he could just manage it. And yeah.
Art Bell retired in 2000.
Yeah, and he would continue to do guest shows and stuff through like 2013 or something like that. Fantastic, really good stuff.
Where are these at?
So you can get it on any major podcast thing.
All right.
Yeah, so
They just have them in order from.
it's kind of like the best of.
Okay.
Maybe there's an archive out there of like in order, but they are so fucking. I was in Aldi today doing grocery shopping, and I'm listening to it, and I'm just cracking up because this guy, he had this Australian with this like really bad speech impediment, who was trying to tell him about fucking like reverse speech, and he's playing clips of fucking OJ Simpson like in an interview with CBS, and OJ Simpson's like, they're denying me my fucking way of life or whatever, and he plays it back and it's just like, I'll skin them all. Like it's so fucking crazy. And you could tell that Art Bell is just like, okay, this is bullshit, but I'm just gonna let's have fun. Like it's fun,
right?
And it's cool too because he plays music, like the Doors and shit like that. Like just it's really fucking cool. So if you're in for that, like, I don't know, old school AM radio kind of raw kind of thing, X-Files type thing, this is awesome. Yeah, so check it out.
Sounds like a seizure party. All right, cool. Next up is Mystic with Adult Playground.
Adult Playground?
Isn't that what it says?
Thought it said Human Playground.
Oh, Human Playground. Human Playground. My bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Children are allowed.
Yeah, those seem like two different things. But Human Playground is a 6-episode series on Netflix that's narrated by Idris Elba, and it explores humans using play as a way to learn, right? So through sport, like anything. So like it goes through different aspects of it. So the first episode is the pain threshold. So it like profiles a woman who is an amputee, but she's fucking trying to do the toughest race on the planet, which is the Sahara Marathon, which is 6 marathons in 6 days.
Jeez.
Yeah. So like
even people with all their limbs are fucking
what
crazy.
white person
right,
thought that
exactly.
shit up?
That's what I'm saying. Dude, it's in Africa, homie. So nobody. It was a black person, I'm assuming, that thought it up. But
yeah, we running from y'all though.
Oh, there are white
like the next
people.
one is like a woman who fucking dives in sub-zero, fucking like under the ice in like the Arctic and shit in the winter. Like it's crazy shit like that. And then like the next, there's another episode where it's like fucking like these ancient games that fucking tribes in Africa play. Warning, there is a lot of full frontal nudity, and it's male nudity for some reason.
Dongs. Oh, why? For
Like,
some reason, they would be
there's this
naked
fucking-
men in a
No,
tribe.
hold on. So there's this thing in, I think it's Ethiopia, and they have like these gigantic bamboo sticks, right? And like
Is
the
that
whole
what you
time
call
they're
them?
profiling,
Yeah, right.
the
Those are
time
called.
they're profiling it, they're showing them beat each other with these sticks, and they got clothes on. And then it comes to the fight, all of a sudden they're just naked as fuck.
Right.
Like they're just
Can't grab your
their fucking
clothes.
dongs are fucking hanging out, and I mean they're fucking cracking each other with these sticks, dude. Like knocking each other out.
They
And
hit
shit.
each other right in the dong. That'd be a dick move.
I'm sure.
I see what you did there.
Anyway,
That was-
plus it's narrated by Idris Elba, and he brings that big dick energy to everything he does. So it's fantastic.
Awesome.
Do they have a
Um,
ref?
To inspire
Like
you.
when they're fucking swinging those sticks around, their dicks are
No.
whipping around.
Nope. It's the first person you either win by knocking them out or they fucking give up.
Damn.
You gotta
just have
submit
to-
or be.
You literally
KO'd.
have to beat the living shit out of each other
So
until
it's like
one
a
person
boxing
wins,
match, but with sticks.
but with
Damn.
gigantic bamboo sticks. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's brutal shit, dude. Like in
Wow.
Senegal, the one in Senegal is fucking gnarly. Like I don't even know how these dudes fucking do it. Like bare
What's
knuckle
that
boxing, but like
compens-
dudes who are like the size of linebackers and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Next up with me, Teddy. The cruise was awesome. The first cruise my son went on was the Disney cruise. He was kind of young. Didn't really remember this one. This one he remembered, and he actually, the main thing I enjoyed about it was hanging out with my family. He actually started making friends after I got my helicopter ass fucking sister-in-law to leave him alone. I told a story earlier, Mystic. Like he was in the pool with like 8 kids, and no adults are in the pool, and she's over there just with her legs in the pool. I'm like, leave him alone, let him hang out with these kids. She's like, well, did he say he wanted to hang out with the kids? I'm like, what do you mean? He's a fucking kid. Why would he want to hang out?
Yeah, right.
How old is he?
He's 9.
Yeah.
And it got it. I got her.
That's how he learns how to hang out
Right.
Yeah.
with people. He can't have
Autonomous.
Yeah,
adults.
so I got her to leave. I was like, I'll watch him and shit. And so like she leaves, and there's 2 movies that come on. There's 2 movies that come on. And there's hour break in between them. But the last movie ends at like 11, and I'm getting drunk on the side and shit. And he's out there with. There's 2 pools, like 4 hot tubs. He's out there. There's like 7 lifeguards. He's fine. And she comes back like she's like, where's Braden? I'm like, he's over there. She's like, where over there? I'm like, over there somewhere. He was in that hot tub with kids last time I saw him. What, you're not watching him? I am watching him. He's over there somewhere. What's gonna happen to him? What the fuck?
Yeah, where is he gonna go?
Right.
Where the fucking
He knows not to leave this area without telling me, or else he's in trouble.
right?
So, I mean, we're
Like
fine.
you have to let your kid have a little.
Right.
You have to not treat them like the only way they're gonna grow up
Exactly.
is to fucking know how. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
have to have. You have to let them grow a little bit.
And
You can't just hover
making,
over
Well,
them
have to let them be autonomous.
started making kids and shit.
Right.
It was fun.
Mhm.
And if
Yeah,
he's
he wanted to
and,
remember the next night.
and you've taught him well enough that he's not going to go wandering off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's simple as that. Just chill
Like,
the fuck out. Get drunk,
Fuck
man.
out. Yeah. I did get her drunk, and I did get him stoned,
There you go.
and that was a whole other story. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh, high as fuck the whole motherfucking time. Just tell me.
Oh, I was, bro. Ashtray's up next with people tripping on Terrifier 2.
Yeah. So, Terrifier 2, the sequel to Terrifier. And it's the story about Art the Clown, who is just a complete silent mime psycho killer clown. The original,
You know, like you
like you do, where it's just like all of a sudden this fucking weirdo, and that's literally how the majority of the first movie is like there isn't a backstory. It's like these chicks who are just trying to get home after a Halloween party, and where they parked their car where it was free in a back alley, and all of a sudden this fucking mime clown just walks out of the darkness and starts following them around, and then starts murdering people. Sequel, which was crowdfunded at a budget of $250,000, and it was only, I guess, out for like 6 days, at least here in Madison. I'm sure it's still going on in larger cities, but especially with the, I guess, the money it's already making. But it was like a happen chance with some friends after meat raffle. Like, yeah, we're going to go see it. So I went and saw the sequel, and holy shit, like, it's the director is like he is a special effects guy, so pretty much everything is practical effects. There isn't like CG to any of the gore. It's the classic like
Nice.
silicone bodies, and someone behind the bed pushing syringes full of fake blood, like
Yeah.
and
Jeez.
so yeah, there's like one scene where Art the Clown is killing this person. At the end of the movie, they actually had a like 10-minute kind of behind the scenes interview with I don't think it was Fangoria, but it was kind of like some podcast that's big in the horror community interviewing the director and the guy who plays Art the Clown. But so this kill scene happened right when COVID shut everything down in March of 2020. And so like because the director is basically like, well, I got all this time, and he's like, I can make more body parts. Like here's a body part and how we're gonna have him torture. And so like just through Skype, him and the guy who played Art the Clown would kind of collaborate on like how more fucked up they could make this, and like added an extra 5 minutes to the whole dismemberment. But apparently the news story going around, which is probably only fueling the people going to see it, is that
definitely
the I guess some people threw up and someone else passed out or something, like EMT had to be called. And the director was like,
that doesn't motivate me to see, man, somebody threw up and shit. Bro. I don't want to throw up or pass out during a movie.
You're not a horror fan, Teddy. It's kind of different.
It doesn't matter.
It's the same concept as putting, parental advisory on a CD.
Yep.
It makes kids want it more.
Well, I get what it is. I don't understand.
So anyway, the director was like, like I expected people to walk out, like that's a badge of honor in this genre. Right. But I don't want people to like, get hurt, by like passing out. And it was probably one person. It's probably one person, right?
One old
in the theater, and someone tweeted photos of the EMT coming. Like, holy shit, this person like fucking passed out and banged their head, and EMT had to be called. And of course, it perpetuates through social media that like it's happening everywhere. People, I mean, don't get me wrong, it made me squirm. It was just like,
I'm not worried about the person who's fucking passed out and shitting themselves during the scene. I'm worried about the person who's jacking off during the scene.
Oh,
I've never come close to throwing up watching a movie, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if you just realize that it's not.
Have you never seen Memento?
It's
and they all
not...
take that fucking cup and shit and then pass it to them?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, if it's still playing in a city that you live and you're a horror fan, check it out. I believe you can watch the original through Amazon Prime freebie section.
Is it as ridiculous as what was that fucking movie? God damn it, I forgot where that fucking where he's like he's traveling with that punk band. Uncle Peckerhead? Yeah. You remember like how ridiculously gory that shit was?
Yeah, no, that
like just needlessly gory. The end one,
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of there. It's some of this
probably, it's probably more than that.
Brutal though, where like the one chick, so like he pulls her hand up like this, and then with both hands grabs between these two fingers and splits it like a chicken wing.
All right.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, go watch the movie. Shit yourself out.
Dude, yeah.
It's hard.
I like hurts my hand.
Right. I mean,
that's one of the scenes he made up like in
we're done. We're done. Moving on to fucking you think. We get it. The movie sucks. It's a horrible fucking horror picture. It's a great horror picture. It fucking makes you shit your pants. Okay, we get it. Moving on.
Shit your pants. It's so good.
Fuck you think where we tell you to go fuck yourself. Oracle up first with group projects.
Group projects. So I've been at this education thing for a while, higher education thing. And,
oh yeah, you bitched about this earlier. Yeah.
Well, you can kind of see it coming. You can see the avalanche coming. when you enter a class, it's like, well, this is going to be a group project, randomly assign groups and whatnot. And always, every time that I'm in a group project, there's always at least one person that is completely checked out. Now, granted, that person probably, like, I've been in, so in another graduate program that I was in, one of the students was actually a student athlete, and he was checked out.
So,
I didn't
yeah, of
realize that fucking A, these guys are on the road constantly. They had zero
Right.
time to be doing fucking anything. So I definitely, and I don't get miffed about it that much, but it's just more on the kind of like, I get like the social aspect of this. We need to work together and things like that. But when it's kind of arbitrarily thrown into the thing, into the classwork, and it's like, okay, well, you're going to do this, and then halfway, we're going to switch to a different group. I'm going to switch the groups up. So the work that you were doing in that doesn't matter, and now you're going to be in a new group. And it's just kind of like, I don't know how helpful this actually is. So yeah, it's annoying.
Then this is like basically the first project at your new job, right?
No, this is actually in school.
So,
yeah.
Are you taking classes right now too?
Yeah, I'm taking classes as well.
This is all remote.
Yeah. I just want to say, in group projects, I was always a jack off, and I want to thank you for your.
Yeah. Thank me for my service. Yeah,
I can't imagine trying to do group projects all while.
I agree, especially because you have to rely on somebody else's part and stuff. Like you do this.
You know how hard it is to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Teddy was falling asleep and Astro was always late. Yeah, but now we got our shit together. Moving on, Mystic Amaranth.
So this woman, I've talked about her before. She's like one of Twitch's biggest streamers, right?
Bring this pick up here if you could.
Yeah.
Is it in
the thing? She recently, though, and I don't know if this is like just a fucking like a drama thing that's coming out or whatever, but she's recently said that she was married this whole time, that her husband is controlling and like beating her and shit, right? So then like she fucking was off of like Twitch for a while and then came back and said she's getting a divorce and all this shit. So I read this article though where there's dudes who like gave her money. Like this one guy gave her $3,000. And then like he wants his money back now because she was married.
What?
Dude, like you thought you had a chance?
Right.
Really?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, plus I did the math. I saw this little documentary thing about this woman at the height, like not too long ago, at the height of her like fucking popularity. She was making about $1 million a month.
That's crazy, man.
Off of all these fucking platforms.
Yeah.
And he's talking about he gave her $3,000.
Wow.
That bitch is making fucking 40,000 a day.
Right. What was she streaming besides her voluptuous
tits? What do you think?
She gets in outfits and does shit on Twitch, dude.
But it was
People
on Twitch.
pay her money to do shit.
Right. She
also
Fortnite.
has an OnlyFans. She has an OnlyFans and a fucking and other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's she's showing her titties.
Dude, if I was 18 when his OnlyFans shit coming out, I'd be having like a Captain Zorro channel. I'd be in the mask.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, really.
I fuck these guys. What the fuck, dude? Are you kidding me?
Right.
I gave you $3,000 in my heart, girl. That was a down payment.
That's like going to a strip club, blowing all your money, and then wanting your money back.
Yeah, wanting your money back because she's married or something, or she has a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't what was implied here, dude. You were watching me do shit on stream. You were paying for that. I'm sorry. Like, that's just that's the interaction.
Right.
Like those guys that get too attached to strip clubs.
Hmm.
Right.
Come back, girl.
That's just some pathetic shit, dude.
Yeah. Yep, get a
Anyway.
life, you piece of
Well-
shit. Next up is Ashtray with Here Come the Mass Drones.
Fuckers. Yeah, so it's kind of one of those things like when you think about it, it's inevitable and makes perfect economic sense. So Russia's using all these Iranian basically kamikaze drones that they kind of look like, I'm not sure exactly what their size is, but almost like those. I guess they compare them also to those. The U.S. has what they call the switchblade,
Switchblades, yep.
where you throw it and like the wings pop out. It's like, anyways, these ones look
What's it
more.
called?
We got some Call of Duty shit.
What's
It's a
that?
s- what's it called? A switchblade?
Switchblades, yep.
Those are
Oh,
what the
okay.
U.S. uses,
okay.
but that's not what Russia's using. What Russia's using is Iranian drones that look.
Russia's probably just using cats that they
Actually,
catapult into the fucking air.
Yeah,
me
with helium balloons.
Go to this other link I'm putting in here. This is like the link to a bunch of Twitter videos. You can actually see they kind of look like almost like those motherfuckers like big wide wing drones that you would
Man,
buy at
that thing
fucking
looks
Hobby Lobby.
huge.
Yeah, like it's big enough that it's just like a
Oh fuck.
of like the stealth bomber that people buy
Yeah.
with a propeller in the front.
I'm sure it's hot. It's not hollow, but I'm sure it has the bare minimum of what it needs to get
Yep,
to its target.
Styrofoam.
Mm,
It's probably
Right.
styrofoam made.
Yeah.
And it's the motor and the control mechanism that's really the only sophistication, and then a payload. Usually, bomb. That's the thing. It's like I guess what they're doing too is they're flying them out in dozens at a time, like a flock of fucking geese, and they'll fly them up real high, and like the people down below, like you can hear them buzzing. You know they're up there, but they're still like small enough that firing your gun up not until they get a little lower, like these videos. And some of them just buzz around. They're what do they call it? Loitering munitions. It's like basically just hovering around high enough to let you waste ammo trying to shoot it down.
mhm.
They don't put any? They don't like kamikaze mean anything?
They do.
Oh yeah,
They
they
do,
crash
okay.
into
Okay. They
buildings.
They have. So sometimes
Okay.
they'll hover around till they figure out where they want to target, and then they'll just all start swooping down. Or like this one video where it says loitering munitions, which I imagine it's just like it's a cheap way to make your enemy waste ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just circle around high enough that it's so hard to hit, but looks close enough that you could maybe knock it out of the sky, because you never know what it's going to try to target.
Shit.
It's crazy, but that's modern warfare.
Fuck that.
What they need are EMP pulse cannons.
Yeah, right. When are they going to get on that? Fucking
Halo or something.
Biden won't send them over yet. Fucking
Right?
I
Because Kentucky won't sign off on it.
mean, how do you aim an EMP though without knocking out your own shit?
I'm kidding, dude. I have no idea.
You have to
Well,
have a real tight.
It was a
choke.
joke. I don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
really,
and that's
it's,
what you get for trying to rationalize my shit earlier. Payback, motherfucker.
it's like V2 rocket fucking shit from World
Oh,
War
those buzz
II.
bombs and stuff. Yeah, they just kind of like. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
All right. Next up is me, Teddy. People who smother food in ranch. I've noticed a trend. I work at a pizza place. You have wings. We have people that they'll order a pizza and then get and order like 2-3 sides of ranch. And like it's just dunk. I'm like, what is the point of getting this stuff? You're just gonna smother like people who get fucking wings just like dunk the whole. I'm like, why get buffalo wings? You're just gonna drown them in ranch. I don't get the appeal of drowning everything in ranch. I just don't.
Well, that's why
The only
a
mix is
sophisticated
smothered
man uses his
salad.
celery to scoop a little
Yeah.
bit of ranch on the side there.
No, but these country fat fucks aren't doing that.
Country.
They're pouring. I mean, they'll get their ramagons and pour the ranch over the whole fucking pizza. I'm like, just cover. I'm like, dude, what is the point of that? You're just gonna taste ranch, like
Right.
ranch and like ready ranch is what you're gonna taste. I don't get why you're doing. Oh, you.
Do you
fat
guys
fucks.
make
Anyway,
your own ranch, or is it
we
just
yes.
okay? Well, maybe it's fucking delicious ranch.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
our,
Maybe
our ranch,
ranch.
our
too.
ranch is delicious, but the point is,
Thought
you're
about
still drowning the food in it. I mean, it's.
Just they're using
not-
too much.
They're not tasting the food. If you just want to spoon some ranch, we'll put it in a bowl for you. I don't get them saying you don't have to buy a pizza and drown it in ranch.
Best ranch that I've had is Tiger Ranch at the Old Fashioned in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh,
little spicy.
But yeah,
Kinda like
but they
that.
make that with buttermilk that they got fucking 2 days ago from Bessie. I mean, that's like
Yeah,
fucking
that's right.
that's fucking real shit.
Cheese curds are fucking drippy.
In all seriousness, so here. In all seriousness,
Fuck white people.
yeah, fuck them all. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Russia. That's our show. We're gonna be here every pretty much Thursday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. You can't Twitter us because Mystic got us banned and he blames it on me because I won't get started again. Like and share, fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am the Teddy Bear Terror.
I'm
This is
Oracle.
ashtray.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I'm
Damn,
Oracle.
stuck in
no.
the phone. Fucking
Damn it!
I missed it.
And this is the Red Eye Report. Oh, the Batman.